right? That's pretty normal to express a purpose, okay? But we also use so that, if you want to, it still expresses purpose, but it has the idea of purpose with the ability to do something. Does that make sense? Let's look. I think as we look at the examples, it'll make even more sense. I'm on page 10, and I'm on A. Let's see, A. Let's have Shin. Will you read A, the example?
I turned off the TV in order to enable my roommate to study in peace and quiet.
Good. So why did she turn the TV off? What was the purpose? In your own words, what was the purpose?
Let my roommate study.
Yeah, she wanted to let the roommate study, right? So that's the purpose there. She turned it off in order to, and this is what she why she did it. Okay? Read B.
Good job.
Should?
Why
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why does it say, I turned the TV off? Or I turned the TV off? Or I have to say turned off?
Oh, the phrase turned off.
Yeah.
It's just another way to say it. Yeah. It's a phrasal verb, and it's an expression we use that just means I switched off the TV, I shut off, we say turned off. All right. B. Shin?
I turned off the TV so that my roommate could study in peace and quiet.
Good. In that situation, they instead of saying in order to, they just put a so. Okay? And then they put the sentence. Let me ask you a question. In B, what's going on there? What kind of a sentence is that? Where's the main clause?
My roommate could study.
I turned
Yeah.
off.
So
No, hold on.
Turn off.
What's the main clause?
I turned off.
I turned off the TV. And then, what's the end part there? So that my roommate could study in peace and quiet. Is that a dependent clause, an independent clause, a phrase? What is it?
It's an adverb clause.
An adverb clause?
Yeah.
Depend.
I'm sitting here looking at this. What is so in that situation? Is it a conjunction, or is it just a signal word
So,
for an adverb clause?
signal word,
Conjunct.
so, that,
So,
It's a signal word, being used as a signal word there, followed by an adverb clause. Yeah. Everybody okay? That's why you don't see a comma, right? You with me? You okay? It's just kind of interesting. I don't know. I like looking at it. You're like, who cares? Okay. All right. Listen, both of them have the same idea. You can do it either way. Any questions? Now, let's talk about so that and the idea of ability. You're doing something for a purpose, but you have the ability. So what do I need to add? I need to add a modal, can or could. Okay? And I use can. Well, let's look at this. C. Ben, read C.
I'm going to cash a check so that I can buy my textbooks.
So that I have the ability to. Right? Buy the textbooks. So the idea of ability is put into the sentence when you put the word can in there. In what tense is the modal when I say can? Is it putting the sentence, what tense is it, or time frame? Present. It's just a present. If I want to throw the sentence into the past, I got to use could. So Abdullah, read D.
I cashed a check so that I could buy my textbooks.
Yeah. And that's throwing everything in the past. Is that everybody okay? All right.
What is this?
Cash a check? Hey, good question. Does anybody know what it means to cash a check?
Yeah.
To
Hold on, one person. Let's see. Bird check.
if we have check
Yeah.
and we need a cash money, we need to go bank and cash.
You know, he's a young whippersnapper. You know, he's a young dude. These young people you guys don't even use checks, do you? Listen, a check. Just a check.
check.
Like,
I haven't
like
used
kind of
this one
paper?
before.
Listen, it's just another way to get money from the bank. All right, usually it has your address, it has the date up here, it has a little box with the amount of money that you want to take either from someone else's account or your own account. And then you have to write,
Zero.
right here is who the check is for. So if it's to you, then you put your name here, and then let's just say it's $50. Okay, you write $50 here, the number, but then you have to write 50, it just really takes forever. And I just usually do that, 0 cents, right? And then there's a memo line and you say pay school bill. It tells you what you used it for. And then you sign it. If it's your account, you sign it. And then you take it to the bank, you hand it to them, and they give you $50 cash. Or they stick $50 into your account, whatever you want. You okay?
And I can use for
It's like a money order. It's similar to a money order. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, listen. So let's look at these examples. We just read C and D. Look off to the right. I already said it. They're going to say it again. And it's good review. So that, Isabel, will you read it? So that also, you see where I'm at off to the right here?
So that also express purpose. It express the same meaning as in order to. The word that is often omitted, especially in speaking.
Yeah. So, listen, sometimes in writing, you'll even see that is gone. And you'll think, oh, is that so there being used as a coordinating conjunction or as the beginning of an adverb clause? And you just get to look and see what it's doing, okay, in the sentence. But it's often, a lot of people when they're talking, they don't even say so that. They'll just say so blah, blah, blah. Okay, so don't be confused by that. But so that and in order to mean the same thing. You're about to express a purpose. Keep reading.
So that is often used instead of in order to when the idea of ability is being expressed. Can use in the adverb clause for a present future meaning.
Yeah, so listen, that's why I wrote this up here. The main difference between the two is you're giving yourself an opportunity with so that to express ability. It's still about purpose, but ability is being thrown in there. And we use, what do I use if I want to show a purpose with ability, present, future? Do I use a can or a could?
Can.
Can. Keep reading.
In C, so that I can buy is the same in order to be able to buy. Could is used after so that in a sentence, as in D.
Yeah. So in D, I cashed a check. What's the main verb in that sentence? I cashed a check.
I
Cash.
can check.
What tense is it?
Pass.
There you go. So now I'm gonna need to use so that I
Cool.
could,
Like that.
yeah, buy my textbook. Up above in C, what's the verb?
Cash.
I'm going.
I'm going to. What tense is that?
Present.
It's future. It's a future idea. So on the other side, I said so that I can. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, one other thing. It says so that plus will or would for simple present. Read, let's see, let's have Jamal read E.
Teacher,
Yeah, you have a question?
if I have a past perfect, I can use that code.
So you want to make, like, look at D. You want to make D past perfect?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
have cash it.
I had cashed a check so that,
Cool.
that's weird. That's very strange. I love what you're doing. You're playing with it to see if it works.
Yeah.
Don't try it. Don't try that. Okay? All right.
I'll take my umbrella so that I won't leak it.
Yeah. I'll take my umbrella so that I will not get wet. Look off to the right. it says in E, so that I won't get wet equals in order to make sure that I won't get wet. Does that make sense? In the future. Yeah. You want to be certain that something will not or won't happen in the future. So that's when you would use a will or a would or even a simple present. All right, read F, Jamal.
Yesterday I took my umbrella, so that I wouldn't get wet.
Yeah. Let's see. All you're doing is throwing this whole idea into the future. You use a would when you're talking about, guess what? When you're a past tense sentence. So you use the past modal. All right, and then G, Jamal.
I take my umbrella so that I don't get wet.
Yeah. The whole point there is you'll notice the verb tense. It says it is sometimes possible to use the simple present after so that in place of will. The simple present expresses a future idea. So if you read the sentence, I will take my umbrella so that I don't get wet, you'll notice the don't there is a simple present, but logically he's still talking about a future event, right? Possibility of a future event there. Are you okay? So you can use will, you can use would, and you can use simple present.
See,
Yeah.
can you give us an example about E?
For which? For E, F, and G?
Yeah, instead of this.
Like a different example?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. Let's try, well, listen, just like for E, let's create a future sentence, a future tense sentence, and then with a purpose, and there's a reason for it. So you could say something like, I will study hard tonight so that I won't fail the test. Yeah, so that I'll study hard tonight. Future, right? I will tonight. And then, comma or no comma? No comma. So that I will not or won't. Same thing as saying will not fail the test. I could make this positive so that I will
Pass. I thought that you want to change the meaning.
will, you could say pass the test. Of course, this is all about future, right? Now look at F. In the past. My main clause is in the past. Yesterday, can you do it? Put this in the past. Yesterday,
I study.
good.
I studied.
By the way, these words, these time words, what are these? What's the word form? Is it a noun, an adjective, an adverb, a preposition? It's an adverb. It's because it's talking about time, isn't it? So you put a comma. Yesterday,
I studied.
well, it's funny.
Comma.
Apparently it's optional. I always put a comma. They didn't in F, but I think you should. Yesterday, I
Studied so that I couldn't fail.
good. What tense is this?
Past.
Past. Yes. So that
I couldn't.
I wait. You got to use will or would in this situation. So that I
Wouldn't.
good wouldn't. Remember, when this is past, I need to use would, right?
Wouldn't fail.
I wouldn't.
Fail.
So can I use wouldn't for studying?
Sorry. Do we have anyone in homestay?
All right. So again, we're looking at this, and it's all listen. You're looking at this tense here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I studied hard so that I wouldn't fail the test. Everybody okay? All right, and the last example, G. I'll take my umbrella, and they just, listen, they just, what tense is that? I will, they just do this again, okay? I will study hard tonight so that I, and they're suggesting that you use the simple present and you're saying the same thing. Can you make that simple present instead of future? So that I
study.
use the auxiliary verb. So that I don't. So that I don't fail.
Don't fail.
So that I don't fail the test.
Yeah, and
It doesn't.
DOE.
Hold on. I'm going to go crazy. Okay. I'm already crazy. Thank you. So that I don't. And it's the same. It means. You okay? Oh no, did you catch that on YouTube? No, they already know I'm crazy, so it doesn't matter. All right. Hey, listen. I don't know why they do this, but they do it, and they often put important stuff down here, so let's take a quick look at it, okay? Abdullah, will you read the little note? In order that...
In order that has the same meaning as so that, but is less commonly used.
Hey, listen. In America, when we talk to people, we use so that. A lot more than in spoken English than we use in order to. Okay, that's all it's saying. So that is much more common. Keep reading. Give the example.
Example, I turned off the TV in order that my roommate could stay in peace and quiet.
Yeah, and you know what? That's fine, but we don't say it that way normally. Usually we just say so that my roommate could study in peace and quiet. Everybody okay? Keep reading. Both.
Both so that and in order that introduce adverb clause. It's unusual but possible to put these adverb clauses at the beginning of a sentence. So that my roommate could study in peace and quiet, I turned off the TV.
Yeah, all they're saying there is, in this situation, with a so that or in an order, we don't usually put them in spoken English, and even in writing. They're not usually at the beginning. They're usually after the main clause. You okay? It just sounds weird to the American ear. It can be done and it's not wrong, but it's not. We don't normally do it. Okay, read the last one. Also
possible, but less common, the use of may or made in place of can or could. I catched a check so that I made by my textbooks.
Yeah, that sounds so British. It's possible. Instead of saying can, could, you could say may, might. To me, it just sounds more formal. And it sounds like something a British person would do. I don't know. Ask Aaron. Anyway, in America, we use can, could, not may, might. Okay? All right.
But shall I go?